All right, good morning. Happy Monday, happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm in the middle between the two who remembered to wear their green. Not in my green. Womp womp. I know.
Do you have anything that's green?
Yeah, I do. I love green. Elena's the one who probably had to dig because
I did. This is my only green thing.
You couldn't wear green on the green wall
The
for
amount
weather.
of times that I've seen you smell yourself this morning.
Because I'm so worried. I grabbed this out of the dirty hamper and I was like, it's okay, right?
Mom
it's
life.
okay. Yeah. It doesn't smell bad. It just smells like my perfume from when I wore this about a week ago.
Oh, well, that's nice.
That's
not bad.
Self-conscious.
No,
the children are in clean clothes because, mom life. They get all of their laundry done to make sure they're perfect for school. And then we always come second. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Kids are such hot messes. They are the motleyest of crews. I told Eli yesterday, I was like, you need to comb your hair for church. She's like, no, I'm wearing a hat.
I'm fine.
I'm like, okay, fine. Let's not comb our hair then.
I don't like this chair.
Are you okay?
Trying to got like I don't know. We'll see how far it leads.
Oh, goodness.
I know you. So can you tighten this thing? It's this
need to
thing
do
right here.
something.
Tighten that. I tried to loosen mine so I could lean back, and mine actually, I
Mine's
don't
pretty
think
stiff.
it'll do it.
See.
But I don't know.
Oh, I see. Oh, well,
Did you make it worse?
Well, no. What it does is
Doesn't let you go back, or does?
It-
there you go.
it, like, makes
Is it
it more
getting better?
tension.
It's getting
Yeah.
tenser now, right?
yeah. We'll figure this out one of these
So,
days.
speaking of St. Patrick's Day, we have to skip ahead to this. Hopefully, this is okay. But I did celebrate
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
by making my corned beef and cabbage last
There's
night.
Okay. So here's the thing that makes me laugh is you knew it was St. Patrick's Day because you've been preparing for this meal for
Alex
so long.
Fisher, 3
I
a.m.
know, but I'm just saying, like,
That is when we wake up at 3 a.m.
and I had my tie and my.
Okay, so you're a
socks
little more
ready to go.
together than me. We already knew this.
Saying that.
I woke up, I wore an outfit that has a hole in it, and I knew this because I wore this outfit yesterday to church and said, oh no, there's a hole in this. And then I woke up at 3 a.m. and I put the exact same thing back on.
So you wore
So
a.
that's how much thought went into this outfit.
I get going to church, a holy dress.
Sure.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
Yes.
Nice tie there.
And I decided to rewear it on this holy St. Patrick's
Holy
Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
That's
Okay,
the
no,
sound
but
celebrate.
I do want to hear about this meal
Yes.
because I know that it's so funny because you have been talking about this for several days, if not more than
I
a week
love
now.
corned beef and cabbage.
And you did your grocery shopping a while back because it does go fast. The corned beef.
Well, it goes
you make
fast.
your
Yes,
corned
but
beef,
we just bought
which
a
takes some time.
big brisket from
Yeah.
so there's the cabbage and the potatoes all cooked up. Not much of those got eaten, but all of the corned beef got eaten, and it was perfect, you
Awesome.
guys. Seriously. So we did brine it ourselves, which is fun, and so you brine it for over a week, and you just buy a brisket. And I learned some things. So there's a flat cut and a point cut side on your brisket. The butcher recommended we use the flat cut side for the corned beef, and it was so good. Like, I would say perfect, the best. We cooked it in the slow cooker on low for 9 hours yesterday. And it was just the most tender,
Perfect.
shred, fall apart, moist.
fantastic. Did your house
So
smell
good.
amazing?
Oh, it smelled so good.
So-
and I was just telling Elena, I'm going to make leftover corned beef and cabbage soup this week and make sure I use up all of that stuff because
Brilliant.
make, what do they call it? Waste not, want not. There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
I love
that.
So I love corned beef and
I do
cabbage.
too.
I mean, it is so good. So on Saturday, I went out to, I was, because I'm doing the Dancing at the Stars
Mm-hmm.
competition, but I'm in the alumni number this year, right? And our assistant news director and assignment manager, Erica Torres, she is also in the number with me.
Fun.
So we're having a lot of fun. So on Saturday morning, we, danced and everything. And then afterwards, we were like, you know what? It's St. Patrick's weekend. Let's go to Timbler and get a green beer.
Yes.
Oh, fun.
So we went to Timbler.
Did she bring the family?
And, well, no, she was, the baby went down for a nap. And so she's like, I can actually
okay.
pull this off. And so we went to Timbler. We had a green beer and, an appetizer. But it wasn't until right before I was about to leave that I saw that they had a full-blown St. Patrick's menu. Corned beef, cabbage. They had sliders. They had like the whole 9 yards. And I was like, oh my goodness. So,
Yum.
but today I've got plans to enjoy that for lunch. I'm
Nice.
gonna do a corned beef sandwich on rye bread.
Ooh.
Yum.
Are you making it or where are you going?
No, I'm going.
Where?
I'm going just to a place downtown. And so, yeah, and then I'm going to get a pint of Guinness.
I love
and
it.
celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
And I saw on our website, kget.com, we have a list of a bunch of deals happening around locally and ways that you can celebrate. My kids don't like corned beef, so I don't want to go through all the hassle for just my husband and I to eat it alone. So I'm actually making them green eggs and ham.
That's fun. Yeah.
Because we had Dr. Seuss' birthday earlier this month. We did Read Across America. So my youngest is just starting to really get into reading. And so she's been chugging through all of her Cat in the Hat books. So I thought, let's do green eggs and ham.
And that's an easy dinner to whip up too. I love that.
Although we're more expensive this year.
I know.
Right?
I saw a woman buying, I went to go grab my groceries yesterday at Albertsons, and cabbage is usually 75 cents a head. She paid $1.79.
Well, I'm thinking more the eggs for
the eggs too.
for your green eggs and ham. Have you gotten your chickens yet? Speaking of expensive eggs,
I did make progress. So we have a little hutch where our bunnies live right now. And they're in a fenced-in pen. We just got a brand new, what I'm calling the Bunny Hotel, this huge upgrade. So I got that completely swept out because it's used. It's been in somebody's backyard for several years, kind of run down. Got it swept out and power washed. So now it's ready for the bunnies to move in. And then I'll clean out the old hutch and get it ready for the chickens to move in.
What other animals did you run into this weekend?
oh yes.
So I had the glorious experience of visiting some brand new piglets yesterday.
Goodness.
My friend Rebecca lives up in Woody, so that's I took two different ways there. I drove up on Famoso Woody Road past Five Dogs Range to get there yesterday, and that drive was gorgeous. All the rolling green hills.
That drive is so beautiful.
Yeah.
You forget you're in Kern County. It almost felt like Ireland.
Totally, yeah.
Especially right now. Now is the time to drive into our hilly, mountainous areas.
And the wild mustard is just coming up, so there were some splotches of yellow. You could see the white Eastern Sierra out there off in the distance. So I drive up to her property on this beautiful drive, and I get to her gate, and I was like, "Hi, I'm here." And she's like, "Just let yourself in." And I'm like, "Okay." She sounds stressed. And I arrive, and she's like, "We're in labor again." So she had, she had 5 babies.
Oh my goodness.
Stop it. These babies were born on Tuesday. So this is Mama and her healthy piglets. They are all doing great. I don't know how heavy they are, maybe 2 pounds. And when you pick them up, they snuggle, you guys.
My goodness.
They root around because they know that I'm not Mom, but I'm close enough. And so their little hooves are very soft. Then this one...
Their hooves are adorable.
This one was 2 hours old.
Oh my, look at that face. Stop it.
Also,
and that ear.
Well, I'm looking, were they like fluffy?
They're not really fluffy, but they're not as wiry as Mom.
Okay.
So it's a softer hair.
Yeah, like their hair looks very soft.
Yeah.
How cute they are.
Oh, they're so cute.
Goodness.
And they already have the little grunts and the little oinks and the little wiggly tails. Look at the tails. I can't get enough.
And the ears. Those little pink ears.
I know.
Oh, they're so cute.
So it was amazing. My husband grew up doing a 4-H and FFA. Now my girls are doing 4-H with their rabbits. We're getting goats soon, apparently.
Are you going to introduce them to other animals?
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to do lambs. My husband said, no, they're too messy. You need the shearing. And he's like, it's just too big of a project for how young they are.
Okay.
So we're starting with goats. I'm going for pygmy goats because they're so little and cute and they can run around with our dogs.
Oh my gosh. So you have dogs. You have bunnies.
2 dogs, 4 bunnies.
Okay. And then you're going to get
We're going to get 2 goats and at least 4 chickens.
Oh my God.
This spring. Like it's happening within the next couple months. We just have a little more yard work to do. I'm not a petting zoo, you guys.
You are.
I'm telling you, between you and Maddie, we could revive Little House on the Prairie.
We really could.
I joke with Maddie and saying, you're, Little House on the Prairie, 2.0. Let's get the 2 of you.
I love it. I'm going to start making my own bread soon. Maybe I'll start churning my own butter.
Well, she already makes her own bread, so you can make the bread, you can make the butter.
So
I think
worth it.
butter takes a lot of work,
It does. So I grew up in Sacramento, and we have, why am I blanking on the name? Not Fort Sumter. Fort, starts with an S. Anyway, when you're a kid, you get to go to the fort that the settlers from the Donner Party came down to. It's Fort Sutter. And you get to actually churn the butter.
Cool.
We last like 30 seconds, even as little kids with endless energy. Yeah. It is hard work.
Well, I remember taking like a little jar of cream in kindergarten, and we just sat and watched a movie. I think it was around Thanksgiving. And we just passed it. We kept shaking it until it turned into butter. And just pass it to the next friend, and I'll shake it up. But
I have to say, talking about like homemade things and whatnot, and it is a lot of fun. So I had I was at my friend's house on Saturday, and we walked. She lives in Westchester, So we all walked to Casey Steakhouse, had a great dinner,
yummy.
and then afterwards we all decided, we're like, oh, let's go walk to Rosemary's. Rosemary's was packed.
Downtown was so busy.
They get
It was,
slammed.
I mean, slammed.
Yeah.
Not a seat like open, waiting. I mean, it was insane. I've seen Rosemary's that packed, on a hot summer day,
Yeah.
maybe, evening, like when school's out. No. It looked just like that, but on a cold Saturday night.
I've seen that though. They're late nights.
Yeah.
Can sometimes get just people wanting a nightcap of ice cream. I guess. Get
and
real
well,
busy.
that's kind of where we were at. We were like, we had this great dinner at Casey Steakhouse, and then we're like, let's go over and
Did you
continue.
get some ice cream?
Well, so we saw all of the people. We're like, you know what? Let's go and do something else. So my friend was like, well, we'll just go back to my place, and I made homemade lemon gelato.
Oh, yum.
Like
And I was
there on the
like-
spot?
Yeah, at her house. She had.
Oh, she had made it.
She made it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying you made it.
No,
I was
no,
like,
she made it, and so she has a lemon tree in her backyard.
oh my
and she
gosh.
just made it. I told her, I was like, I am not just being polite. You could easily sell this. It was
Yummy.
so good.
awesome.
It was unbelievably good.
that
And so
sounds
what
so
she's trying to
good.
do, she's trying to make as much as she can right now because citrus season is starting to wind
Yeah.
down here. And she's like, I'm gonna want to try to make this in like bulk so that I can have it for the summer.
Yeah.
You
It would
know?
be so nice
You
on
can,
100
so
you can
good.
squeeze your lemon
Yeah.
juice and freeze it
Yeah,
for
so-
that kind of use.
So I think that she's going to try to do something
That's
so that
smart.
she has this fresh, lemons, and then
Yummy.
nice homemade gelato for the summer months when it's just perfect.
Sounds so good.
It was so good, and again, it's like, oh, this is like really good. I was like, you could sell this. It was so good.
Yum.
Fantastic.
So
yeah.
good. That sounds really good. Well, another thing that's coming up in less than 2 weeks now is the Bakersfield Marathon.
So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really, really sore this morning.
I was going to say, yeah.
So I've been training for the half marathon, and I think yesterday was probably the longest training run I'll do before. So it's on March 30th, so 2 weeks from yesterday. I did 11 miles yesterday. The half
Good
is
for you.
13.1. So yeah, I did my 11 miles. I dropped the boys off at baseball practice, and I just ran from their baseball field. This is just videos of other runs that I've done.
Getting seasick here.
I know, it might make you a little sick. I don't exactly have a steady hand while I'm running. But that was earlier when we had a little bit of rain. And I started running in the rain because I was like, all right, you got to train regardless.
Yep.
And I also sound like this. And I ran yesterday because the race is coming, whether I like it or not. But this is just a look at some of the other training runs I've done. But yeah, I'm feeling really, really sore. But I feel fine. I mean, 11 miles, I could easily do 2 more miles. And the thing
Okay.
is, on race day, you just get adrenaline.
Yes.
Because there's so many people out there cheering you on, and you're
Oh,
with
yeah.
a big group of people. And it's just, I think the excitement of the day kind of carries you through, too.
Well, because it's showtime,
Right.
Yeah.
and
it's just so fun. Like, it really is. I'm not a runner per se. I mean, I guess anyone can be a runner, right? But I never thought of myself as a runner. I was not an athlete growing up. But a few years ago, I did a story about a woman here locally who has multiple sclerosis. And one of the ways she deals with her symptoms is by running. And she just inspired me so much that a bunch of ladies in our newsroom were already planning to run the half marathon at that point. I think it was back in 18? It was probably back in 2018. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll train for it. If she can do it and fight through all of her symptoms that she's undergoing, I can certainly do it too. And I started just bit by bit. 2 miles was probably the first distance that I ran, and then you just build up from there. And if you think you're not a runner, I really do believe that it's just cumulative and it's just repetitiveness. You make a point of doing it 2 to 3 times a week, and you slowly build up, and your body just acclimates. It's really impressive. And this is coming from a girl who was not an athlete. I seriously was not. So
Good
I
for
think
you.
anyone can do it, but you can't do the half marathon because
Or the
it is
marathon.
sold out.
Or the marathon.
But there's a 6K and a 10K you can do at the Bakersfield Marathon. And guess what? You don't need a like race day to run. You can run on the bike path. We've got the beautiful bike path through town. It's great to run on.
Landon, you used to do like a lot of running, right?
Not really. It was same thing. I had a friend who inspired me, and we lost my dad to pancreatic cancer in 2014. So in 2015 and 2016, I started running because my friend had inspired me, and my dad couldn't run anymore. And I just thought that I should, and I hated every minute of it. It was awful.
Yeah, so
I've heard
I'm a
people
swimmer.
say, embrace the suck.
No, it was awful. I quit and I never want to run again. But I think it's important to show my children that you persevere and you do it whether you're inspired by someone else, whether you're trying to inspire someone, whether you're just doing it for yourself, whatever your reason is, just get out and do it. I'm such a quitter when I run. I'm like, oh, I just have to get to that light pole and I can stop. But in a pool, I never stop. When I'm dancing, I never stop. So find something that you find joy in. Find something that at the end of it, you're like, I did that.
yeah, so
You know?
for me, it's kind of the same thing. Like, so my dad, actually my dad's side of the family, my dad used to race all of the time through college. I mean, he was part of the track team at CSUB. Same with my aunt, my grandpa did the same thing. I just didn't get that gene.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I used to do track a little bit in elementary school. I did it 1 year in high school as well. But it's like, I can do a little bit, but other than that, I don't enjoy running. Even on a nice, beautiful day, it's like, I just don't like it. I like getting my cardio in other ways.
Yeah.
And so there's that. So, when the marathon came, to try to prepare for it, I hurt myself on, of course, the first day of training.
You're like, it's a sign.
I was like, it's a sign. But then I realized, I'm like, I don't have to, like, I've done these sorts of things before. I can do like a 5K. I've done those things before. I'm just not, it's like at the end of the day, I don't think I'm that interested in doing a half marathon. It's just not like a goal that is top of mind for me. So.
Yeah.
And I will say, I'm not out there like, this is the best, this is so fun. No, I'm out there going, oh my gosh, my toenail's gonna fall off. This hurts so bad. There are times, like most of the time, it's not fun while you're doing it. I'm going to be honest. I try to focus on the beautiful scenery,
Yes.
like especially right now. I had the snow-capped mountains to look at yesterday. So that was beautiful. And then I had to like run through the mud and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to slip and fall. It's not really, it's after when you're like, when you're done and you're like, I did it. I did it. And it's that feeling that I look at it like taking your medicine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're doing something that you maybe not enjoy in the moment, but you know it's good for you. And at the end, you're going to be glad you did. Because most of the time I don't finish a workout or a run and like, gosh, I wish I hadn't done that.
Right.
And I'm always glad I did it.
And that's the thing too, is like, I mean, I love my workouts. I love doing that because after each workout, you feel so accomplished. And it's also one of those things, even for my workouts, I'll be at the gym, I'll take probably like 15 minutes of, a warm up, and then I'll spend like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the workouts that I'm doing the actual workout. And afterwards, there's never a moment where it doesn't matter how tired I am going into that workout. Afterwards, I'm like, I feel good. I also find myself being very productive afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah,
Like,
it gives you
insanely-
energy.
Yes, I'm like, all right, let's start crossing things off the list. Let's go. And it's like, it really does help kind of change your mindset in that moment for the rest of the day. That's the one thing that I hate about the shift that we're on, is I would love to be able to get a workout in the morning hours.
Same.
Like before work. Because I feel like because even the days where I work in the, as I call it, a normal person schedule, I'm able to get a little workout in, and it's amazing how much more productive I am for the entire day instead of it's like waking up and going straight into work is like the worst thing
And then
for
you're like
productivity
in that afternoon slump when you
Yes.
get off, and it's so
more difficult.
hard to fight through to work out.
Yeah.
But I will say the reason I started really being consistent, like I would go to the gym, obviously. Like I just always had a gym membership. You just did it, right? But then that was like before kids. But after kids and being on this schedule, I found that I had to get the energy to get through the rest of the day. And it was short and to the point. It was a 20-minute like HIIT workout typically with the kids when they were like babies. And I would get off at 1 o'clock from here, pick them up from daycare, go home. I could get 20 minutes in. You know, between the screaming, the crying, anything that was going on, I could always like get 20 minutes in. And it's what got me through. Like that gave me the energy instead of just being exhausted, because you can't just take a nap at that point.
Right.
You're in charge of kids now. You go from one full-time job to another full-time job.
So it's what gave me the energy. And I do find even to this day, the more tired I am, that's the more I know I probably need to work out. Like,
and it's the hardest to power through when you're exhausted
so
on those
hard.
days. Yeah,
I get it. Like, we get it.
Well, and I think even like there's even the psychology that shows that your brain tries to convince yourself, like,
oh, 100%.
because it is uncomfortable, right?
Yeah,
like it's not like you're doing your workout and like, oh, this is
this is
fun.
great.
No, but it's like your brain, because it's like your brain telling you, like, no, just go to bed. You don't have to do it. 10 more minutes. You know, it's the same thing like with like waking up in the morning, right? Like your brain.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and I always prioritize the kids' needs. Like, okay, I need to get you ready for your activities. I need to get your snack packed. I need to fill your water bottle. We need to get dinner started so it's in the crock pot so that we can get to dance. And now it's like, you know what? You guys are 8, 6, and almost 5 this month. Fill your own water bottles. Pack your own snacks. Help mom prepare your own healthy lifestyle so that I can do my own healthy lifestyle. And then I'll watch them at dance, and I miss it. I dance at home, but I miss watching them dance. So I'll stand at the window and watch them doing releves, and I'll just do the bar workout with them.
Awesome.
And I just, even just standing there watching my babies do what they're doing, I'm participating in my own ways. We'll do yoga at home, we'll do Zumba at home, just on our big TV. And half the time I start out alone and they come out and join me.
I love
they
that.
They hear the music and they want to come and dance.
Dancing
it's fantastic.
is a great way to do that.
I love it.
With the family.
Speaking of which, again, I was just talking about how, you know, doing Dancing at the Stars, the alumni number, and we did, so our number is, can I say it? Yeah, I can say it. It's been talked about. Okay. We're doing Dancing in the Street.
Fun.
David Bowie, you know, so much Mick Jagger. I mean, so much fun, right? So that's the dance that we're doing. And our practice lasts about an hour, and we're doing it every Saturday right now, leading up to the event, which is early next month. And, you know, it's a 3-minute song. But we're repeating all the moves and everything. You're wiped out afterwards.
It's great cardio.
And it's so much fun because you're moving and you're literally being goofy, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just having fun. You're just kind of just enjoying the moment. And then all of a sudden you realize afterwards, like, oh, I burned a couple hundred calories just like
And that
having
music
fun.
is just so fun.
Yeah. And then what does it do? Obviously, it's good for your heart. It's good for your health. But then afterwards, you just feel like your mentality is just totally different.
Well, mental health is one of the other biggest reasons that I am such a proponent of working out. And we've had Dr. Corey Gonzalez on before and talk about the benefits of it. And he calls it dose. You can dose for your mental health. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. So dopamine, that's the happiness, right? And we get that through like things like laughter or listening to music. Oxytocin is like the love chemical through physical touch. Hugging a friend, that sort of thing, and then the serotonin, and then endorphins, and that's what you can get from a good workout.
Yes.
So all of those things, especially if you're dancing, maybe you're laughing, you're having fun with your friends, and then those endorphins that you get from working out also, they're so good for your mental health. It's not just about physical health, it's also about the mental health.
I mean, mental health is health, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, I mean, if your mental health is there, that can help your physical health, and vice versa, right? I mean, it's if your mental health is not there, it can impact your physical health. Your physical health can impact your mental health. So yeah, it's all tied into one.
And like you said, overcoming it. You said your brain can say like, no, just 10 more minutes. Like, no, I don't have to do that right now.
For the record, I fall victim to that all of the time.
Yeah.
I fall victim to that all of the time where I'm like, you know what? I had a hard day. I'm going to forego this workout. When instead I could have even just said, you know what? I'm just going to go. Let's see if I can get 10 minutes in.
Right.
10 minutes better than 0, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And if I'm in the workout, I'm like, I'm not doing this today, then that's okay, because then it is your body saying, no, you're not.
And
you should
listen,
do this today.
I think that rest is very important.
Yes.
Like I love a
imperative.
20-minute nap. I think that that's really great. Shut off your phone, shut off your brain, lay down for 20 minutes and close your eyes. And then get your, 7 to 9 hours at night. Like seriously, you need it.
It's so
but
important.
then also get that in. And I think the one thing I do is I just stop thinking about it. When my brain starts trying to talk me out of a workout, I just, shut that off. I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to set an alarm and I'm going to do it when it goes off.
Do you know what I do?
Whether or not I want to or not.
I count to 5.
Yep. I love that.
I count to 5. I say, I'm going to, like, if I'm in bed or if I'm sitting there, and you know how, like, when you walk through the door when you get home and you're just like, nothing in this world could get me out of, like, the house or my room, the bed or whatever. You're just so exhausted. I count to 5, right? It's even the same when I'm waking up in the morning. When my alarm goes off, I never hit snooze because I know if I hit snooze, I'm going to keep hitting snooze. My alarm goes off and I go, all right, I'm getting up at the count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just do it.
Oh, that's good.
And it
because here's the thing: the longer you lay there, it doesn't get better.
No,
like
because
you just think about how much it sucks more.
And what happens if you snooze? That it gives you too much time to think and overthink.
Yeah.
And if you're like, oh, okay, well, it's 2:00 right now. I'll go to the gym at 2:30. And then 2:30 hits, and you're like, all right,
5 more minutes.
I'll do 5 more minutes. And all of a sudden you realize it's 3:00, and you're like, I could have been at the gym and back.
And almost done.
And almost done at the same amount of time,
Yep.
So it's just the 5. Just
Yeah,
1, 2,
just
3, 4,
don't
5.
overthink it. Stop letting your brain thwart you.
See, the snooze button is totally opposite for me because I turn it off in my sleep. So all of a sudden I wake up and I'm like, I'm on alarm 6. This is alarm 1.
You turn it off in your sleep.
I do.
That's
It comes
Some
into my
people do that,
dreams,
yeah.
and so it's like it's a game show buzzer that I have to hit. Sometimes it's an alien spaceship, and I'm like, that's gonna come out on air. That's gonna be on my microphone. Like I'll have news dreams. So I have multiple alarms. Maybe I'm a heavier sleeper than I think I am,
funny.
and so I have to drag myself out with multiple alarms. But I
Have
do
you
it.
always been like that, though?
Yes.
Even when you were at 23?
When I was on the morning show, I had to put my alarm clock across the room
Yeah,
so that
I
I
think
forced
that's a
myself to get out of
great
bed to
tip.
turn it off. And then I was standing there like, what's my name? What's happening? Oh,
Why
work.
am I out of bed?
Yeah. But you said the count to 5. I do a 10-minute rule. It's going to take 10 minutes to unload the dishwasher. It's going to take 10 minutes
Right.
to go and sweep out the garage. And so I do the same thing for a workout. I'm just going to take 10 minutes
Yeah.
and dance. And then if you go through 2-3 songs, you don't feel it. Okay, I did
So-
something.
You did your
or
10
you just
minutes.
keep going because you're feeling the
It's
music.
the same
10
thing
minutes.
even with chores.
Yes.
Laundry.
Laundry.
It's like, all right, the laundry, it's all clean, but then you stare at that pile and you're like, oh my God. But then you start thinking, okay, if I give myself 5 minutes or 10 minutes to just tackle this.
Do what I can.
Do what I can. If for whatever reason, if it seems overwhelming after those 10 minutes, then okay, I'll
Come back
I'll
to it
move
later.
on. Come back to it
100%.
later. Otherwise, but usually what happens? You get it all done.
Yeah, and because it doesn't take as long as you think it's going to take.
You think it's
Also,
gonna-
we
yeah.
build it up in
It
our
takes so
mind,
much
and
time.
that's the thing. Yeah,
And after chore me is like, see, that didn't take so long. And then next time pre-chore me is going to be like, but it's going to take forever.
That's
you
the
know
thing
what?
that's so difficult. I run into that every time. I'm like, I know. The logic is this is going to take you maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Right.
In your head, it's like, it's going to take me all
I
night,
don't have time for this.
And crossing that off your to-do list, that gives you endorphins as well.
Yes.
It
Sometimes-
actually does.
Sometimes I add things to my list that I've already done just so I can cross it out.
Well, so you
Actually,
can
they
still
do- no, they do
recognize that
say-
you did it.
Yeah.
Like, I needed to do that, and I did it.
They
Yeah,
actually
good for me.
say so I remember there was like some forum or some motivational speaker thing in college, and the guest speaker was talking about how you create your to-do list, but you always put 3 things on your list that you know you can accomplish, that you want to accomplish, so that you can physically just cross it off. That act of crossing things off motivates you to get in the, get going and
Yeah.
start crossing more things off, because all of a sudden you start to see, oh, I can do these things.
Yeah,
I'm chewing away at
I
this
can
list
chew- yeah.
versus it just being a big list.
Right.
Nice.
So,
I love that.
I'm ahead of the game.
Look at you. Do you guys make your bed in the morning?
No,
yes.
because my
Well,
husband's
I
still
know,
in
right?
it.
And I can't either. But when it's the weekend, that's another thing. Is they say that way you already have one thing crossed off your to-do list.
There's a book actually called Making Your Bed.
Oh, really?
That talks specifically
funny.
about that. If you
Makes
make your
sense.
bed, if you make your bed every single morning, you have already accomplished something.
I love
in the
that.
day.
I love
And
that.
if you can walk through the day saying I've accomplished at least something,
Now I need to teach my kids to do that.
Right. And then you come home to a clean house.
yeah. So, all right, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for After Sunrise. Don't be like Maddie. Wear your green.